Yeah, apparently Destiny just went after Ludwig for some reason. I don't even know why, honestly. I think he just did. And then he said they were cringe. And what's hilarious, so this started, I just was looking at it, and it started from me looking at this. And he put this line in here, right? And I've seen enough Hassan. I've seen the Noah Samson video. This man knows absolutely nothing about Palestine. So I don't know what he's doing. How did they respond to this? That's cute. But yeah, so I did that, and then I put like, you denying the most obvious case of genocide since the Holocaust. Maybe shouldn't be talking about that one either. And then this dude chimed in. So I said this first. I asked the place where I see, because he said it's the most obvious because you actually haven't studied the time period and are only aware of what you're actually seeing on Twitter, which is insane. That's insane. So I first said I asked the place where I see more pro-Israel on my feed than pro-Palestine whenever the topic is trending. Other than Rafa. Like, Rafa was like the only one. I was like, oh shoot, there's actually like pro-Palestine stuff becoming the most popular. And then also I clarified, have you yourself looked in the time period, or you just heard what Destiny said? And oh, more people liked it. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's just so, to me, it's the funniest thing in the world when people say stuff like this. Because I feel like also the people who always say this is the people who don't know what they're talking about another thing. Which is so hilarious, dude. Like, he straight just says this and he got owned in a freaking Israel-Palestine debate. What are you talking about? It's so stupid. God, I love it when people just do this. It's like, what? Why? Like, it's just so hypocritical. It's why I also try to like stay away from like saying stuff like this, is because I know like people are just gonna be like, oh, well, what about this then? And I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, I don't want to deal with this. And I guess I was that guy, but also like, it's so blatant at that one. I just had to say it, right? And I don't think anyone in the replies were saying it to this tweet, so I just had to say it myself. And yeah. So I was that guy. I only do it if it's so heinous, like what he's doing with Israel Palestine. Because I've seen Noah Samson video, I've seen like Hassan cover it. The guy who's been, for the record, like been pro-Palestine the past decade. So I assume he would know more than Destiny, who I assume has only really looked at this since October 7th, like 7 months ago. You know, if it's between those two, I would go with the Turkish guy also. The Turkish pro-Palestinian guy. You know? Well, I guess the pro-Palestinian, like, pro-Israel, pro-Palestinian, doesn't really matter. Like, I should have said the Turkish guy who has 10, like, who's been preaching this for like a decade, right? And has been like, so like, obviously he is concerned about the issue for at least a decade, right? He's at least followed it. That's more of what I meant. I actually, I think I was kind of there. I just didn't finish the last thing. That's what it was. But yeah. All I'm saying though is like, if I call people out and they just freaking like wanna, you know, talk to me, I'll take free clout, dude. I mean, I haven't gotten, I've been streaming for 3 years and have 0 viewers. So give me the free clout. Honestly, what it'll do is just make leftists watch me, which is what I want, dude. Like, I just want to have these conversations, you know? And also maybe potential people like who are on the fence about stuff, so then we can like sway them, you know? Because I've said this multiple times. I'm just gonna, you know, yeah, I think I'm on the screen. But I've said this multiple times. I'll just go here. That might be too big. Hang on. But I feel like socialism and communism, like the concept itself, because how Americans are with the politics, or like when they talk about economic policy. Hang on, let me just adjust this so it's like more dead center. There we go. Whenever they talk about policy, freaking what they describe, and my mom's a part of this as well. What they describe is freaking. This is not even anymore. Might not be even. I don't know. Just what they describe is socialism. At the very least, it's at least socialism, right? That's what you always hear when it's like, okay, so tell me how you think like companies should be ran. It's like always more like what socialism is. And I don't blame those people for thinking it's capitalism, because we've, in America, obviously, Red Scare propaganda for over a century, we're not taught what socialism and communism is. We basically get like a one sentence definition, and we're just told that that's bad, basically, right? So I don't blame people for not like knowing that. It's just, and that's another thing too, is like what's also annoying is like they'll just immediately like discount it or whatever. Like if you, and actually that was what the point I was gonna get to. Like it's socialism and communism is like super easy to convince someone of, right? Like just saying like, oh, this is how it should work, because we're saying workplace democracy, like pay your workers more. Like this is stuff people would agree with, right? It seems super obvious, like, but this is socialism. Like invest long term, right? Throw your money into investing, not the short term. I feel like most people would agree with that, right? That's socialism. That's not capitalism. That's socialism. And when and then when you want to drop that on them, and then you say that's socialism, then people are like, no, no, no. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, just because I threw the one word in there, it's like, think about it, dude. I mean, I get our education system also doesn't let us do that, but just like step back for a moment, like, and think about it, right? Like, it's true, you know? And think that like the government can be like wrong, you know, and lie. And I hope, especially with the Israel-Palestine thing, people will have a wake-up call to it, right? That, hey, the government can lie. Okay. I'm just gonna put on a song. I'm gonna probably keep Twitter open just in case the one dude replies again. But yeah, like you need to be more open-minded, right? Because also my mom has a coworker where I think they showed or she showed them a gay couple or something like that, and they just wanted it out of their face, and it's like, well, why? Like, just think about it. Like, why? Why are you... Just be more open-minded about it. Why are you so close-minded about that? You know? I mean, it's probably because of propaganda, but it's like, the only way, like, you can get rid of that propaganda is just like, hey, you know, having that experience. Because that's another thing, also with my mom's dad, so my grandfather, like, he also, like, was someone who was, like, not, I think he also was affected by the, like, gay propaganda, right? Anti-gay propaganda. And so he didn't really like them. And then I believe my aunt was friends with a gay couple, and so he met them, and then my dad was like, oh yeah, okay. They're normal people, like, so yeah, then that totally changed his tune. And it's like, you need to do that, you know? You can't just hide in this echo chamber. I mean, I guess this is probably like me being, oh, I'm hypocritical. It's like, no, I'm still thinking, right? I'm using my brain. Me using my brain has got me to where I was, right? I'm not, like, sure, I've watched a bunch of leftist content, but it's like, that's because I'm using my brain, and my brain's telling me, yes, this is, like, this is good, right? I like this, you know? This is productive, this is helping society. That's what my brain is telling me, right? I've checked with my brain, and it agrees. It's the same thing with my criminal justice, like, take. Like, that actually was, like, entirely on my own. Like, I think I had glimpses of it during 2020 when the Me Too movement first started. And then with the completionist thing, that's when it, like, clicked for me. Like, my position. Just, like, seeing how Twitter is, man. Like, it's... And public perception, that needs to change, dude. I also did see that someone, I think originally was accused of domestic violence, and then they came back, and then they got accused of it again. And then someone's like, oh, this completely changed my mind about giving people a second chance. It's like, no, what are you talking about? Why is that one case like completely change you? Like, I guess like it's fine, like if you're like, okay, well, this can be a possibility, right? Like if you never really thought that could happen, I mean, I think you should have, but like, and give him benefit of that, right? Like, you didn't assume that, right? But, and then that happened, and you're like, oh, well, I guess that can happen. Like, that's fine, but I feel like what they were saying is like, they're gonna do like almost a 180. I'm like, no, what? You shouldn't be doing that. What's most productive to society is showing empathy. That's what's most productive to society, is what we've learned. Being empathetic, giving those people multiple chances. And like, sure, that sucks. They did it again. Fix it again. Right? And if they didn't go to therapy, send them to therapy. Like, and then we also need to figure out why they were doing that so we can stop it. I even said that with the the aftermath of the freaking. I said in the aftermath of this, it was to the people saying they wish the internet would be more mature and handling situations like the checking mistake case. Find ways to make that change. Use this as a way to make sure something like this never happens again. Right. Oh, sorry, I'm blocking. There it is. Do I have capture cursor on? I might have it on, right? Show additional settings. There we go. It's this. Okay, it's still not capturing my cursor. Sick. Hang on. Is that only for like screen? Yeah, I guess it only shows like if I capture the specific screen. Yeah, that's so weird. What's the point of that then? What? That's so odd. But yeah, this is why I say, and this is just my ideology, right? Like, don't come back to it, right? You gotta freaking, or like 180 on it and yell at people. Find what happened, like what went wrong, and try and fix it. Like, find a way to fix it. That's how you get through in society, right? Like, and that's how you make it much more productive. I'm gonna stop this because it's probably distracting. That's how you fix society. Is using that. I mean, I guess schools again haven't done a good job of that, right? But like, yeah. He's saying Bangladesh 1971, Cambodia 1975, Rwanda 1994. Which again, I still think the reason I said, because he responded, I'll just show it. That's muting the audio. That's the wrong thing. He said Bangladesh 71, Cambodia 75, Rwanda 94. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, and I said most obvious, is because this one is. And it's very heavily in the media. I'm pretty sure with these weren't really in the media all that much. And also we have the internet, right? So that's also why I'm saying that, is you have the internet. Because the thing is also, like, I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff happening in Palestine that hasn't been talked about, right? Like, that went on before that until, like, coming out now when it's getting more national attention, right? I'm sure people didn't really talk about that. But yeah, you're also, like, it's the reason I said most obvious is because, yeah, the Palestine one is the most obvious. Like, yes, Rwanda had the signs. I don't think the Rwanda one was being in the media. Because also, if you notice with Bangladesh, Cambodia, Rwanda, these aren't countries the West really talks about. Like, especially Rwanda. And, like, Cambodia. But, like, they don't talk about these parts of these regions of the world. They very rarely talk about Africa. And they very rarely talk about, like, Asia, like, past Afghanistan. It seems like, or like India, and then like also China, Japan, and like the Koreas. Other than that, they don't talk about like any of the other countries. Like, here's the thing also, when I say obvious, I guess obvious isn't the right word, right? I think obvious would be like in the moment of it. I think what I should be saying is the most media coverage, like the one that has the most media coverage on it, not necessarily obvious. But I still think the Palestine, actually, yeah, because literally Israeli officials, well, Rwanda did too, but like they've talked about like killing people. Let me look up the other ones just to give a full explanation. Bangladesh, 1971. Oh, well, Nixon also refused to intervene in the Bangladesh one, by the way. So they try to get rid of the Bengalis. I see like the media coverage around it. Oh yeah, it also literally in one of the titles in 2016, the genocide the US can't remember. Like, maybe infamous also would be the best word. I don't know though, like I feel like it just was so obvious though, like even like as it was starting for like people in the West, and I think that is because the internet helped it for sure. I think if like the internet was around for these, like you probably also would have been like, oh yeah, this was freaking was it done by Pakistan? Oh yeah, because I think they got their independence after that or something like that. What was the other one? Cambodia 75. Oh, that was the Pol Pot one, wasn't it? Probably. That everybody loves to bring up as like an evil communist regime or something like that. Yeah, Pol Pot. Still don't get, because like at the end of the day it's still the same process, right? Like I don't get why I'm arguing if it's the most infamous or whatever. Like, I mean, I guess I am doing that, but it's like I feel like honestly when I'm looking at this, the less and less I'm realizing like it doesn't really matter. That whole like, oh, is it like the most obvious? Like, is it? Because like I don't think it really matters. Like, I think to like a wide range of people, or at least the West, it's the most obvious. Because I think in these cases, yeah, none of these were talked about. Because I think with the Cambodian one, it's only been really since like being like, oh, communism bad, and using Pol Pot. Like, so like right wingers use this, and then freaking the other one, like the Bangladesh one, like, yeah, no, I doubt that had any coverage on it. Like, let me see Western. What's another thing too is like the Cambodian one is, I could see that one happening. Oh, is the belief expressed by some Western academics that early claims of atrocities committed by the Khmer Rouge government in Cambodia were much exaggerated. And many scholars of Cambodia denied or minimized reports of human rights abuses. Yeah, it was US propaganda. Yeah. Well, the Wikipedia thing says it's more, because if they're saying scholars literally are like, yeah, it wasn't as bad as the US said it was, like, I don't know, man. Like, scholars in Cambodia, like, scholars of Cambodia, like... It's weird it says denial though, because it literally put that scholars said like they're downplaying or like saying that it wasn't true. So they're literally just saying scholars are lying. I mean, unless it was in the 70s, and then later it was like, oh yeah, now they... Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I still think the Palestine one is the I mean, obviously recency bias, right? But like, you know, I still think the Palestine one's the most obvious. Because did Cambodia say, that they were going to do that? They've been tainted by the outside world. Okay, well, yeah, that... So that was them putting them in the communes. And if they... And getting educated on the communist ideas, and if they didn't, then they killed them. Okay. I mean, that's a... I feel like still, though, because, like... I feel like obvious still works, right? I feel like it still does. Because I'm just thinking of like news, like readily available. And seeing what's happening in Palestine is the most readily available out of all the genocides we've had. And I think during World War II it was pretty obvious knowing what the Nazis were doing. So that's why I said that as well. But yeah. It's still such like a weird thing to be like hung up on though. Because like the more I'm just thinking about it, like I said before, but the more I'm just thinking about it, it's like the more I feel like it just doesn't really matter what was more obvious, what wasn't. And yeah, I guess like saying since the Holocaust, like I guess maybe the right thing would have been to say infamous. But like yeah. And I think the closest one probably for infamous would be either Cambodia or Rwanda. Because I actually didn't even know the Bangladesh one when he brought it up. It is so weird though, he can be like, these are well, I mean, he's a liberal, but it's like, you can just be like that. It's like, these are genocides. And then you look at the freaking Israel-Palestine thing. It's like, that's not. Actually, that's probably what I'm going to reply with. I'll see a response with that. Because if he says no, or like downplays it, then like his whole argument I feel like falls flat. If he does that. Because you very clearly are stating like these three are genocides, and if you don't say the other one is a genocide, I don't get what you're like. I don't get how you can't see that. Because like maybe that's not necessarily what I'm going for. Yeah, the person who just came in, I'm talking about Israel-Palestine like other genocides, because someone was like, oh, hey, it's a serious topic, so if you don't want serious, then you can go. But it's about other genocides that's happened, and for some reason it's a debate about which ones are the most infamous or like most obvious. Which I don't get why this matters. I feel like this isn't productive to be like, oh, this one is... You're saying these aren't as obvious? Like, what's the point? Like, the more I'm thinking about, like, when it contributes to the overall, like, Israel-Palestine debate, like, what does it do? It doesn't do anything. To, like, debate that those aren't as obvious. And like again, I was in the heat of the moment, so like it would make sense that I didn't necessarily say the right word, right? But I'm pretty sure also like they called them animals. I know Rwanda did that too. But I don't think the like Rwandan genocide. Like, let me just see the media, Western media on that, right? Just made them show the Rwandan genocide. Yeah, they didn't intervene. Notice how, like, with all of these, like, the US had and the West were fully capable of intervening in these, and they didn't. This is a full, like, essay. It's the Hutus and the Tutsis, right? That's how you pronounce the second one, the Tutsis? I just want to see like the media, how the media missed Rwandan genocide. They didn't report until 3 weeks in. Yeah, that person left. That's fine. 250,000 were already dead. So like that's another, like I'm just comparing it to because like we can get around the Western propaganda, right? Or they're like complete incompetence to like report on this stuff, right? We can get around that. Wow, there's a book about the media and the Rwandan genocide. Yeah, so I think they misconstrued and didn't talk about it. What's so funny too is like I'd probably just be like, okay, well I can just say infamous, and they're probably gonna be like, I won the argument. Look at me, I'm such an intellectual. It's like, okay, cool. That doesn't matter. I feel like that's another thing too. Like just because somebody won a debate, you have to realize what the magnitude of it is, you know. And this is one that doesn't have a very big magnitude. This argument, all things considered, I'm just curious if he knows, like, if he actually does believe that it was a genocide or not. That's just what I'm curious about. Because if he doesn't, I feel like that's skewing his opinion on this a lot. Yeah, I guess there goes the Wii Party idea. Yeah, the thing is, like, I was looking at this like 4 minutes beforehand or something like that, right? And so that's why I kept the stream title the same as it was. But yeah, hopefully Sunday I can do the Wii Party stuff. That does mean though I'm gonna have to look for like 2 more clips. It was gonna be the Trump communism one, but apparently there was 3 times in that one stream, like that one game where it did the pro-communism thing. And I did notice that the 2 times I spotted it, which was awesome, dude. That was great. I also Destiny literally used a picture of his wife crying. This is the Ludwig stuff. Or no, girlfriend. They're not married yet, I don't think. But like, of his girlfriend crying. When she got exposed, or she learned that like there was fake porn of her or something like that. Awesome. Very cool. God, I love right-wing humor because it doesn't make any sense. Also, this man got ratioed hard. Maybe I'll just show this ratio. Yeah, you know what? No, I'll keep it that way. I did get reposted. It doesn't tell me who did, because it usually does, but I assume it was someone who liked it in the repost. Oh, apparently someone did repost it, and it's just I don't see it. Oh, probably because they're like private, right? I think you can make yourself private. That's probably what it was. It was a private account. 'Cause yeah, I think you can make yourself not visible when like doing that stuff. Why would it be there? I've seen safety. I'm sad though, because I think Nero's tweeted twice since I've followed her, and I haven't gotten those notifications. Well, actually, I think I do have to turn them on. That would make sense. Yeah, I do. Okay, there you go. Did it. Yeah, I kind of just want to wait to see this guy's response. Because I don't really want to start anything until I see that. Well, also just like 50 minutes left. But again, I think I'll do the Wii Party stuff Sunday. Not worry about some jabronis. You know, it's just I was so heated about that comment. I just honestly, I probably shouldn't even have like humored this guy, but whatever. I mean, honestly, all this did though is like when he made this point, which just made me realize, hey, Western media just didn't, or like the West did nothing to stop these. Like they had the power to, and they just didn't. Or like the power to like cover it in the media, but like they were like super late or just didn't at all, or misconstrued it. I feel like also it's very telling for me, because another thing about Destiny is like I see on his bio he streams on Kick. Like I feel like that's also telling that he links his Kick, not his Twitch, his Kick. I feel like that's also very telling. I still hasn't responded. Will she? I mean, if he doesn't respond to this is a really damning question to be left off with. But yeah. Because yeah, I literally was like, man, I hope this is like short and concise. It's 40 minutes. I spent like half my time. Just half my time's just gone. You know. I could also try to stream on Saturday. It's just hard because I like talking about stuff, so like I don't know how often like Wednesday and Friday streams would be like playing games. Unless there's like one in the background as I'm talking about stuff, but other than that, like that's it. Wow, this Destiny replies actually almost if I get more impressions than the Chugamasay tweet. I mean, yeah, probably because this is a reply to a 650,000 impression tweet. That's probably why, but it's still crazy. And like this was a standalone, like, well, they were still trending, but I think it was like, well, they weren't as much because yeah, it was like a day after the like big reveal thing. Like when Emil came back and said all the stuff he did. Which yeah, I don't see him really returning to content creation. At least not for a few years. I think I said that back there, but Yeah, I don't see him not like going back to it like within the next like 3 years, honestly. He might eventually come back to it, but yeah. Yeah, I don't usually like stuff much on Twitter. I've like come to realize like I really don't. I think it's really only like political stuff I like. At least like now. Because there's not like a whole lot of them where like, man, that's fun. And I do that, right? Like. Also, apparently Blue Sky is now like open. Oh yeah, it is. Look at that. That's crazy. Why does it seem like a mix of Facebook and Twitter? It's weird. Although I wish you could just see trending. Maybe like you need to make an account, but yeah, obviously there's gonna be a lot less people on Blue Sky, but why is Rooster Teeth trending with the Katie Britt stuff? Because that's a political thing. Why does it say it's trending with that? That's very weird. Yeah, it's really not trending with it at all. I don't know why it's. I guess it's just on this like side by side. It's trending with that. I don't know. That's probably what it is. It's always been so weird to me that like once you turn 18 is like all of a sudden you're an adult. It's like what was different the day before that, like, you know, I mean, like other than like my anniversary hit, you know, other than that, like my brain didn't change at all, like physically didn't change at all. But I guess then you could just argue it's like this, you could just keep going down the line with it, but still it's just weird. I feel like though, actually, like you can just nullify that by just being like, you can do it once, like you're capable of doing it. Like there doesn't have to be like a set in stone age, you know. It's probably more of like would probably work better. Because then also like you're not getting smacked with everything like at certain ages on what you can do and cannot do. It's like once you're at like get 18, man, it's just like everything just drops onto you all of a sudden. Ugh. Yeah, that guy still hasn't responded to the tweet, so I don't know. There was that going on, and then there's been not a whole lot. Well, to be fair, because I was like, before that happened, I didn't have anything to talk about. We were just gonna go straight into the party. Well, actually, I had a few things like that. I don't know if I would have hit them though, honestly. Actually, I would have probably remembered them better than this thing that just happened. Yeah. Oh, yep, that officially has more impressions now than the Emil Massey tweet. Yeah, no, I don't wanna. Admiral's PBG follows Destiny. That's very interesting.
What about hotels? Wait, hey Erica, how much are you spending on travel?
When your questions about life turn into questions,
yeah, it's also crazy to be like Ludwig second generic white friend, like neat, dude. You strawmanned a human. Like that's crazy. Like I don't even know Slime really all that much, but like just by saying that, you literally strawmanned a human. Like that, an entire human being has just been strawmanned. That's crazy. You turned him into a straw man. Like it's so funny when people are like, oh, generic white man or something like that is like an insult is like I got him, and it's like it's not. It's just straw manning a person and just, you know, saying they have no personality basically. Which, yeah, that's definitely what you should be telling people. You know, that's awesome. God, even liberals freaking are so trash with their freaking insults and their jokes. It's crazy. Well, at this point, I'm honestly thinking Destiny's not even a liberal at this point. Like, honestly. He's probably more right than some liberals. Like, it's crazy. I'm sure Destiny has said many times like, oh, these people should have an open mind. I feel like, hey, you should probably too. Because that's the thing. I feel like I did have an open mind, and my open mind led me to where I am now. You know? I guess it is probably still hypocritical then to be like, oh yeah, keep being open-minded, but like, I will look at the other side and just like, I think it's just because of how it works, and like all this science and everything is in favor of the left, so, and like nothing in favor of the right, so it's always just like, that's not how that works. You know, like there's multiple studies that just show that like that's not how that works, or like, yeah, like statistics, stuff like that, and I'm just like, yep, that's not how that works at all. Yeah. Still hasn't responded. I guess I can start talking about the other thing. So I'll just have a blank screen so I can just focus my attention on this. We were at school, right? And at lunch we actually can like kind of sit wherever, I think, pretty much. Like, because the principal seemed like cool with it, so we sit like right outside the auditorium. And so, you know, it was going along as usual. And I guess I should preface by saying, at one wall of the auditorium there's like a trophy case with all the band stuff and all that, and then there's like these placards or whatever on the wall, and those are also awards that, mind you, are completely open and on a freaking like nail, right? Like, so it's like super easy for them to fall off, right? And so we were just doing our thing. I think the person, what they were trying to do is like throw their hat on, because we were sitting at a table, they were on the floor like right next to us. They were trying to throw their hat on the table, and it's just that the hat perfectly went right in front of me, like in between me and the table, and it went and smacked one of the awards. And actually a lot of them were shaking, but only one of them fell and broke. Which, you know, obviously that's an accident. Like, I could tell even by the throw, like, it was such like a crazy throw to hit that, like, dead on. Like, it was crazy. So people were actually freaking out about it, and there were some people who were. I heard that the person who broke it actually, like, almost cried. So, yeah. And I think it's because they were getting screamed at, which I should preface does absolutely nothing. Screaming at a person doesn't accomplish anything. It just makes them feel bad. It's the same thing with the like criminals, and that's when I've said it. Screaming at a person doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything good. Nothing productive gets done. Nothing good gets done. It's just bad. Like I get you can be an emotional person, but like scream into a coat or something, or like don't let it out on people. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Jesus. Anyway, well, that's another thing I should say with the awards, like, because I was gonna say, like, so the thing fell. It was made of wood and drywall, mind you. That's what the award was made of, wood and drywall. Or ceramic or something like that was the other one that they were saying, so I'm actually not entirely sure. But they were saying like more like it was more like drywall. And so that's why it broke super easily, like when it just fell. And it cracked the wood a little bit, but like you could also tell from the other ones, like the ones on those weren't that great either. Because those people were like super upset that like that was broken and like ruined now. But like it's a piece of wood and drywall. And what's so funny is that the people are like, oh man, that's from 1997, like, because that's when we knocked down. I was like, oh, it's from 1997. And they were like, oh, you don't know what's be like in band, is it? Which is also funny because it's again from 97, so none of us were born when that was given. So that's just funny to me that you use that as an argument. But also it's wood and drywall. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, I think the only reason you get a thing is because it's like, hey, now you have a record of it. But like even now, like, or it's like you just have a thing to show up, like, hey, we won this. Like, that's what it is. But like now you can just make a record of it online or something like that, right? Or just like super easily make it like have like a better material or something like that. So like I really wasn't like, I mean, I felt bad for the person who broke it because they were just yelling at them, and it was like, dude, that just sucks. So like it was making me feel bad a little bit, but like I was like, I feel like this just doesn't matter all that much, because again, they were worried about, like, they were flipping over a piece of wood and drywall breaking. So yeah, and that's the thing, like, I feel like people don't realize awards, like the physical thing, is that's a social construct. I feel like them just saying like, hey, you won the award is like, that should take priority over the thing you get, right? That's at least how my brain would work, right? I wouldn't want to do an activity or something like that for the physical object, right? If I'm at like the Streamies and like, you know, I somehow won an award there, it wouldn't be like, oh man, I got this trophy, right? Like, that's so cool. It would be, oh hey, that's really neat that people think that about me, right? That I'm like the best of this certain thing, right? Like that's pretty neat. Of the entire year too, like that'd be super, that's super neat, man. Like, it's not about the object. It's about like more of like the memory and like you getting that satisfaction of, you know, being the best and like winning that, right? That's more, I feel like, what it should be. It was also funny too because it was a band thing, so like the band teacher walked out, he looked at the empty spot where it fell, and then he just walked back over. And apparently he's broken a lot of trophies and awards and it's just been like, oh, whatever. And like, that's, I feel like the mindset you should have when it comes to that stuff. I will say, he literally like walked, because if you remember, I told you about the trophy case that was like also over there. One of the times he walked over, he opened it up and then slammed the trophy on the freaking like floor or like on it, and a piece fell off and he didn't even notice. Aiden had to tell him like, hey, you broke that, and he's like, oh, all right then. And just moved past it. So like, yeah, the other thing is like, we only stay there because principal's fine with it, and like it's his decision also, like if we're kicked out. And I feel like it'll be really stupid if we get kicked out for that. I mean, yeah, was it stupid what he did? Yes, but like at the end of the day, it's an accident. And also, if you just get in your mind, it's literally a freaking piece of wood and drywall. Like, and also it wasn't protected. I feel like there should be a wake-up call for them to be like, hey, maybe put some glass on it or something. Like, put some glass in front of it so someone can't just like throw a hat at it. Like, and the thing is, it wasn't even thrown that hard. It was like blowing in the air, right? It was like going with the wind of like the air over there, right? So it wasn't even like thrown that hard, and it just like knocked it off. Like, that's not. You should put some freaking like glass in front of it so like that can't happen. Right, there's no possibility of that happening. I feel like that should be how you do it. Like, it's insane to me. Yeah, honestly, if I get cloud off of right wingers though, I wouldn't mind it. It would be a freaking lot of annoying, like their fans freaking going after me, and that's gonna be frustrating. But hey, if I get left wingers that watch me out of it, I'm okay with that. If I get a fan base that's loyal to me and will help these people out, or like, you know, come to my defense at least, like help come to my defense, I should say, that would be nice. And give me that like emotional support. Because that's another thing, man. Right wingers just like, they'll just freaking wear you down, just like until you're just like a husk of yourself, man. And it just freaking absolutely sucks. Ugh. It's weird because like it's silent for me, so I keep thinking, oh, this has not been on shuffle this entire time. Nice. I keep thinking like, I'm like, oh yeah, the stream's in silence right now, I should probably talk, but I'm realizing you at least got music, so that's nice. I think it is better for me not to have the music because I can have my thoughts be more coherent. Because honestly, I think when I had the music, my thoughts weren't coherent, although that also didn't help what I just did there. But yeah. I still have the iron ingot as my background. I didn't even realize that. I have no idea what clip I'm gonna do for... No, maybe it's just another one talking about stuff? Maybe? But yeah, something like that. I also like realized after I made it, like I made a 7-minute video, and like remembering how watch time works, like yeah, no, that sucks. For viewer retention, I should not have done that, because it takes like that one video you watched and then compares it to the total amount of watch time, and the fact that that's like more than half of the last few, like yeah, no, that's real bad, because if they don't watch that 7-minute one, They're not going to be recommended the other ones. I mean, I think I have like a 4-minute one there, right? Or something like that. Or is it... No, I don't even think I had, actually. I think they're all like just over a minute. Oh, except the first one I did. That was 3.5. So like maybe if they watch that one, they could also get the other ones, but yeah, if they don't see this one, then that's not great. Dude, all the ones it said in my top videos aren't even the ones I just uploaded. That's awesome. I mean, it would be neat if people would watch those streams and then it went over and carried over to the other, like, better, or did I say streams? The videos. And then the other more edited, like, longer videos, they watch those too, but I doubt it. I did add the outro though for that most recent one. The thing is, I don't know if I can copy paste it or not. Like a certain like frame or not. Because, I mean, maybe if I can make it like a GIF, then maybe. I'm not sure. Because like I want to put that as the outro of all of my videos. So, like, I just have that saved. I guess I could have just recorded it. Right, that would have probably been the best way to do it. And then just made sure it was in like the best possible quality. So I just really don't want to remake it every time. This guy still hasn't responded. Yeah, I think that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about, though, as far as all that goes. Yeah. I will say the video that Zoe B came up with was really good, I will say. It helped click as to, like, why, like, how we're taught just sucks. And it's that we're just taught how things work. We're not really taught to do like alternative methods or anything. Like, we're just taught this is the right way. And especially with grading as well. Like, you can't take any risk. You can't do any alternatives. You have to do it the way that you're taught to be done. And that really zaps critical thinking and makes you not want to think of the alternatives. Because you can't get a bad grade then, you know? So you have to do that. You have to do it the right way. The way the system's set up for it to do. And that's also why the people in power want to make sure that we don't have critical thinking skills. Or try to have, like, think of other ways to do something. Because then we'll realize, hey, the system kind of sucks. And then it's not great for them. I think I've added one song. Oh wow, it got the one I added. I didn't even realize, because I was going to say, I think I added once, and well, I think this was actually here on the Friday stream too, or Wednesday. Oops. Yeah, 3 days ago. But yeah, this would have been the Wednesday stream too in the rotation. It's just I don't think it ever got played. I did hear. Let me set to loop just in case it doesn't. Yeah. It's annoying I have 111 songs. I mean, maybe that is a lot. It just doesn't feel like a lot. I think it's just because I have like 600 on my other one, so that's why it just doesn't feel as much. Yeah. I like how I responded to Destiny like that one time and then Logan confirms Destiny has literally 0 friends because he's intolerable. I mean, to be fair, he said he hung out with them and the vibes were atrocious, but so that doesn't necessarily mean that, but it's just. Yeah. He just doesn't seem like a great person. That's the thing that's weird too, is like Logan just typed anyway. He just very quickly moved past it. Like oh yeah, he's also playing the victim. Dude, this dude's doing the right winger freaking playing the victim card. Like, my god. That's crazy. God. Just like a lot of people who just should not have a platform, I feel like. It's crazy too, because we were like, oh, I don't think we should deplatform these people. I feel like, you know, maybe not necessarily Destiny, but it's just like, there's some people who just like, you know, just say hate speech or just like lead to someone getting doxxed or take stuff out of context and just frame it as them saying something really stupid or like really bad. And it's like, those people just don't deserve a platform. I'm sorry. Like, you should not be able to speak on this kind of stuff. Because like, what are you're not doing anything productive. Which I guess is the point. But like, just stop, dude. Like, there should be a zero tolerance for this, but I mean, our leaders don't do anything about it and like set a good example. Right? Because they're both like 80. And one's like has the brain of like a freaking 10-year-old. The maturity of a 10-year-old anyway. So that also probably didn't help. Because I also, well, I think it's also celebrities in general, just being like actual children on freaking Twitter and social media, and that's just because I feel like typically the people who are famous and like go on to do like entertainment and all that are typically the people who well, not entertainment but like also like sports. Those are the people who and music. Those are the people who didn't develop maturity or like took a lot longer to mature, or maybe potentially never matured. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. It is what it is. It's weird. They just like, yeah, we'll just put both the freaking champions in the title match. It's like, okay, well, I don't know what the other guys are gonna do, but sure, whatever. I think I've run out of things to talk about. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I run out of things to talk about until something like pops up, and then I say my piece on it. Like, that's the thing. Like, that has 700,000, like... Oh, actually, no, I think he was getting ratioed in that tweet, now I think about it. I think he did. Yeah, he did get ratioed. Quote retweeting still getting ratioed must hurt. Yeah, he just does not even seem fun to be around. Who's more obsessed with Destiny than me? Man put one post in his friend that the person was literally calling out was just like, yeah, I should have just done this, and then literally God, I hate these people. He can just put I'm not what? He put in the same reply, I'm not progressive. And then let's generalize all of the Smash community. Nice. It's so funny how they're like, oh, he's bitter. He literally just like, oh no, you should have tweeted this. That's not bitter. What are you talking about? These people make no sense. God, I'm pretty sure that's just blue MAGA. God. Jesus, dude. Or is blue MAGA just like vote for Joe no matter what? Like vote for... Can I get a definition of blue MAGA? Let me see if there's a definition. Reddit, help me out here. Oh, it's been used since at least the first button nomination. Yeah, vote blue no matter who. Yeah, so blue MAGA is essentially just the vote blue no matter who crowd. This is crazy though how LA Knight is like your biggest star and you put and Tiffany Stratton. What? Really? How do you put Tiffany Stratton and LA Knight like your two like probably more popular like each gender like right of each brand of the men women and you put those on the house shows like that's I mean I guess you want to sell our house shows not doing well like that seems odd to not showcase those. That's very weird. I mean, unless like it's just the because it was Michin and Santos Escobar, so like I think it's just the thing is like those you already know who's gonna win that, so it wouldn't be as interesting. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're going for. I have no idea. Man, that is weird how you put Tiffany Stratton and LA Knight like on the house show and not on the show. And what were the matches shown? Actually, it was probably like damage control, right? Because they would say the bonus tag. Oh no, that'd be Jade and Bianca. Yeah, because they won that. Because I just saw that and was like, oh no, they did the tag champs and the Queen of the Ring. Who is that? Is that Baron Corbin? Okay, they did Naomi, Nia Jax, and then... And then Carmelo, and I think that's Baron Corbin. Yeah. It's Baron Corbin. I mean, Carmelo does make sense. It's just weird to me. I think people don't like the Cody Logan announcement just because Logan's still the champ. I think people would have been fine with Logan doing it if he lost the championship. If that guy's champion versus champion, I don't think people really like that. Because, like, yeah, I also think it's kind of weird to do that. Might end like 10 minutes early because nothing's really going on, you know. I will say, I really should have gotten 2K24, man. I should not worry about Accelerate at all because I'm pretty sure you can pretty much unlock everything in the freaking showcase mode. And I could have just bought the season pass later, like I don't know why I didn't. I'm regretting that now. Because I feel like honestly, like I could have brought a lot of energy to those freaking streams and I didn't do it. I'm really kicking myself about it because I feel like those videos also been fun to edit, but I think also it was $10 cheaper as well. I believe it was oh maybe not. Oh maybe not. Or unless they changed it, maybe. It was 70 originally, now they brought it back down to 60. I like how they said summer games I played, and they did Overcooked 2. What? Like, I can get Tekken, right? Because it does seem like now, especially with how 2K is now, it definitely does seem more like a fighting game. But like, why Overcooked 2? I guess just because it's multiplayer, that's literally why. It literally doesn't even fit the tags that are listed on it. Why is it saying it's similar? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I could also do a MyGM save too, like... Dang, man. Yeah, I should have gone for it. Because I could have easily gotten all this stuff off screen too. I should have done that. Actually, where the freaking trailers playing? Are we muted? They were muted, okay. Good. It would have been real bad for the stream if it wasn't. That's the downside of me not listening to it, is because I don't know if there's audio, like other audio playing then. Yeah, other than that. Not that bad. You know what, I'm just gonna end this like with what I asked by just saying regardless, this is conversation is irrelevant. Because I just don't want to deal with this anymore. I spelled relevant right. I believe I did, but let me just check to make sure, because boy, are people gonna jump on that if you just don't spell things right. I'll just copy and paste it just to make sure. Alright, cool. Good conversations are relevant. Alright. He's probably gonna respond back again, and just like, I don't care at this point. Like, honestly, I just don't care. And fine, if you, like, if Destiny goes on a stream and talks about that reply, like, fine. Just make yourself look bad again. Give me more clout. You know? I did see, like, when the Drake and Kendrick Lamar stuff happened, like, Mark Calliope was just in another freaking, like scandal or something like that, and I was like, I'm very confused. Because they were just calling her a PDF file, and I was like, source? Because that's the thing, like, if that is true, then she would not be as popular as she is. Like, she's like the most popular VTuber. Or, well, probably not. Maybe Hololive, but like not, at least Hololive English, but not. I think probably like Iron Mouse is the most popular VTuber. Yeah. It's like, that's the thing, like, even like as an outsider who doesn't know anything about it, I feel like if she has as big of an audience as she does, like, I think what they're saying just isn't true. I think they're just hating. The reason I said it though is because that same dude that was talking about the censorship in Stellar Blade and was like so on it for some reason. I still don't understand. They talked to, like, they had a video about that. So yeah. Yeah, the whole Stellar Blade thing was freaking stupid. Like, we're actively having like our freedom of speech like actively taken away, and these people are talking about freaking censorship and a lace bra being added. Like, my god. And like that, they're saying that their speech has been taken away, their freedoms. My god. Like, this whole censorship thing is just so stupid. Because first of all, it was started by right-winger, like Christian nationalists, right-wingers, dude. They started that. And secondly, it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't. The more I've just thought about censorship, like in games, it really just doesn't matter, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't care. I was a part of that camp of like, oh man, censorship sucks, but I think it was just because I was in that, like, I was surrounded by that camp. But once I've stepped out of it, I'm like, I mean, censorship doesn't really matter. Because that's another thing too. Like, if you're also saying like, oh, my rights are being taken, that's an artistic choice they're making. It's not a law or anything, you freaking idiot. God. It's not a law, it's an artistic choice. It's what the artists want. And if that's what the artists want and it's an artistic choice, you have to respect that. You can't just disrespect someone's art choice. Right? And just like act like it's your problem. Like, no. That's not how it should work anyway. Like, no. Like, it's so funny because I think Sony like retweeted or like liked the tweet that said like, oh, the main character looks best when like she has clothes on. And it's like, all right. I mean, yeah, they take a stance. Cool. I don't know what you want, man. Like, it's just so stupid. Yeah. But that was a stream that definitely yesterday I was not expecting that for that how it would go. I mean, to be fair, Destiny just literally just started making Ludwig catch strays, and I don't like even Lo was like anyway. It's just out of nowhere. It's like, all right. That's the thing too with Destiny. It seems like he's also just like not freaking. And those people, like, they just aren't fun to be around, I feel like. Like, even Ludwig said it was like the vibes were freaking terrible. And it's like, I feel like you do need to have some left-winging, like, things and ideas. Or like, well, I feel like if you have the thing where you're a good person, right? You will have left-wing ideologies just automatically. If you're just like a nice person, you have empathy, you have all that, like you're just gonna be a left-winger by proxy. It's like, I feel like you actively have to be either have like very little empathy, which I think neurodivergent people can have that, but I think, or is it like autistic? I think they have like a different kind of empathy. I think it's something like that than like a neurotypical person has.
Watch sports with live TV
or they can have,
cable. With
but
YouTube TV. Try it free.
yeah,
Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
I lost my point. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, now that I'm umming and eyeing, I can't think of it. Yeah, I can't. I lost it. What? Hey, look at that. It's an hour and a half. I think I just dropped my point, but it's because I forgot, man. God dang it. Man. God dang it. I keep clicking on wrong stuff. I do that all the time. I just miss and click the wrong thing. I know, because I've also done it several times on stream. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there. I stream every Sundays at 1:30 p.m. EST. Those are my long game days. And I also stream on Wednesdays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m. EST, and those are my short game days, or just talk about stuff the whole time. Because honestly, it seems like it's becoming more and more like that. You can see all my past streams at youtube.com/IronWillVods. And if you're watching the VOD, my Twitch, Twitter, and main channel are all IronWill6464. So yeah. See you Sunday for Hopefully We Party. I'm sorry I didn't do it, but hey, at least I didn't put it as the title, you know? So you could just go in not knowing that that wasn't it. At least there was that. But yeah, see you Sunday then for that. Goodbye.